All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful, confusing, and absolutely amazing things we ever experience: falling in love. We're going to peel back the layers and look at what is really going on inside your brain when you feel like you've met the one. You know the feeling, right? That completely overwhelming, almost supernatural sensation. It's like the whole world suddenly switches into Technicolor. But is it really magic? Or is there something else at play here? Well, it turns out that magical feeling is actually a very real, very powerful chemical program running inside your head. Your brain isn't just a passenger on this ride, it's the director, mixing up this incredible cocktail of chemicals that creates the entire experience of love. So, let's start at the very beginning, that wild, can't eat, can't sleep, head over heels phase. This is the stage of pure romantic attraction, and believe me, it is fueled by some seriously potent brain chemistry. And the star of this first act is without a doubt dopamine. Now, you've probably heard it called the pleasure chemical, but it's really more of a motivational chemical. It's the thing that makes you want and crave and pursue. And when you're falling in love, that special person becomes the ultimate reward your brain is chasing. When your brain gets that huge surge of dopamine, the effects are, well, they're intense. You get that incredible euphoria, that feeling like you're on top of the world. It sparks this constant craving to be with them. Suddenly, you have all this energy, and your focus narrows down to one single, all-important goal: winning them over. You can actually see the brain's reward circuit in action here. Think of it like a little engine of infatuation. It starts in the VTA, which starts pumping out the dopamine. That dopamine then hits the nucleus accumbens, and that's the, wow, this feels amazing, I want more part. And then the caudate nucleus kicks into gear, basically guiding all your actions toward pursuing that person. It's a powerful loop. Okay, so the dopamine engine explains the high and the craving. But what about the obsessive part? Why can't you get them out of your head? Why do you replay every little conversation over and over? This is where it gets absolutely fascinating. Studies show that people who are in that first passionate stage of love have way lower levels of serotonin. Serotonin is the neurotransmitter that helps regulate our moods and keeps intrusive thoughts in check. And guess what? These low serotonin levels are actually similar to what you see in people with obsessive-compulsive disorder. That connection helps explain why new love can feel so all-consuming. So, if we look at the recipe for this early love cocktail, this is what it looks like. You've got dopamine way up high, driving that reward and craving. You've got serotonin way down low, which leads to all those obsessive thoughts. And then you've got that third bar, cortisol, which is sky high. Yep, that's right. Those sweaty palms, that racing heart, the butterflies doing acrobatics in your stomach, that's not just you being nervous. It's a literal surge of cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. But in this case, it's actually working to heighten your arousal and make you super alert, making every single moment with your new love feel incredibly vivid and important. But of course, that frantic, high-stress, obsessive phase, it can't last forever. We never get anything done. So as a relationship matures, the brain's chemistry starts to shift, moving away from those chaotic fireworks and toward the warm, steady glow of long-term attachment. And the main character in this next chapter is oxytocin. You might have heard it called the bonding hormone or the cuddle hormone. It's released during physical touch. We're talking hugging, holding hands, that kind of stuff. And it is absolutely crucial for building feelings of trust, calm, and security with a partner. Oxytocin and its partner hormone vasopressin, they're basically the architects of a lasting partnership. These chemicals are what create that deep emotional closeness and trust. They help reinforce monogamous bonds, and they even help lower feelings of fear and anxiety. They really shift your brain's focus from what can I get to what can we build together by promoting empathy and cooperation. So what's actually happening here is that your brain is changing its priorities. Instead of that reward pathway being on fire, the hypothalamus starts releasing these bonding hormones. And that activates parts of your brain that are all about social connection and empathy. Places like the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. The result? A stronger, more empathetic connection between two people. This table just lays it all out so perfectly. You've got the two faces of love side by side. On one hand, you have romantic attraction, a storm of high dopamine, low serotonin, lighting up the reward centers and creating this feeling of obsession and euphoria. And on the other hand, you've got attachment, fueled by oxytocin and vasopressin in the brain's social hubs, creating trust, comfort, and real empathy. So we know love changes your brain's chemistry moment to moment, but the story goes so much deeper than that.
The experience of being in love doesn't just visit your brain, it actively, physically changes it for good.
It all comes down to this incredible concept called neuroplasticity. This is your brain's amazing ability to rewire itself based on your experiences. And it turns out that the intense emotional workout of falling and staying in love is one of the most powerful drivers of this change that we know of.
And you can actually see this rewiring happen over time. In those early days, all those dopamine hits are strengthening your reward pathways, making them extra sensitive to your partner. Then, as you move into the attachment phase, your brain physically grows and reinforces the circuits for bonding and trust. And over the long haul, the networks that manage empathy and regulate emotions become stronger and more connected, creating a truly stable partnership.
I think this quote just nails it. Romantic love is not merely an emotion, it is a transformative state that shapes the brain, body, mind, and social life. It's not just a passing feeling. It is a fundamental biological drive that literally reshapes who we are on a neural level.
So when you really think about it, love isn't just an emotion you feel, it's a renovation project. The whole experience physically rewires your brain, strengthening pathways for reward, for trust, for empathy. Which leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. If love is actively building your brain, who is it building you into?